So I'm here today to talk about the new EWS Trilogic Bass Preamp 2. This is a really sweet pedal, man, and I actually just got hip to it here about a week ago or so. And man, it is unbelievable, like Bass Preamp Plus. So the way I've been digging this pedal is in a couple different fashions, you know. Sometimes you play active basses and sometimes you play passive basses. I've been digging it with my passive P bass in a couple different fashions. One, just, you know, if I were doing a live show, like in a live context, being able to play my active bass and then switch to the passive bass and being able to even out their volumes and tone together. The really cool thing about this preamp is that it really doesn't change the overall color of the bass that you're bringing to the picture. Like, you know, it always sounds like my P bass. I can just make it a little bigger, a little brighter, a little smaller, a little more dirty, raise the volume, lower the volume. So in a live context, I've definitely been digging it for that I can just boost the volume. But also the other thing that I've really been tripping on is just, you know, well, here's just kind of my normal sound without it. So to get the same kind of sound, but maybe just a little bit bigger, a little bit broader without changing the color too much. So the other thing I've really been getting off on this pedal about, especially when you're trying to blend, is that sometimes, you know, when my 5-string sound, I go for a really wide, active, you know, really broad sound that I maybe wouldn't want to sound dirty. I think of it as kind of cleaner. You know, you hear every note coming through and all that. But with this pedal, you know, definitely when I'm playing a P bass, I want it to be able to get a little bit gritty, a little more rock and roll. That, you know, maybe that kind of sound you would get from using an SVT or any kind of old tube amp like that. So with this pedal, you can kind of accomplish that by actually rolling down the volume a little bit and rolling up the gain. I'll pull the treble back just a little bit, boost the mids. Now, let's hear how even we are. Up my volume just a little bit. Alright, so now we're at about the same volume. You'll be able to hear that me playing a line. When I turn it on, it's going to get kind of gritty. So that's with the gain all the way cranked. I've been kind of living right about there. You'll hear that just the overall, you get a little bit of that fuzzy sound, but it's not overtaking. You still hear the sound of the bass. It's just a little bit layered in there, and I really dig that. That's how I've been kind of digging it, is just a little bit of that crunch in there with a little bit of low end added to it so that it'll match my other basses when I switch between. But I've really been digging this pedal a lot.